You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I am back. Rudrance for Black and White Sports 2. If you're new to the channel, punch subscribe, like, comment, share, so we all know what happened last week. It was the news of the week, sadly. Victor Wembanyama and, of course, his security detail that he had with him and the altercation, if you can call it that, with former superstar pop star, current superstar pop star. She was the biggest in the 90s into the 2000s, but anyway, Brittney Spears. Out in Las Vegas, outside of a restaurant walking in, where she said, I walked up and I tapped Victor on the shoulder. He said that she had grabbed him. Well, actually, video did show she just sort of tapped him, did not grab him. However, she claimed that the director of team security for the San Antonio Spurs gave her a backhanded slap right directly to the face hole. Well, guess what? Yeah, that didn't actually happen. She threw her hand up in front of her face. He hit her hand and whacked her right in the face. Evidently knocked her glasses off, yada, yada, yada. So there was this massive investigation. Las Vegas police got involved. It was being investigated as an assault from the security guard. She went on. She released several different statements out there talking about her and the fact that none of her security guards had ever hit anybody. Well, I mean, technically, I don't know if you want to say this guy hit you, but he hit your hand, I guess. And they did not blame Victor, her or her husband, and she went on a rant about violence in society. Question mark? Okay. Well, anyway, she has now gone viral again because, yet again, she is demanding a public apology. She wants a public apology. Now, I've got to be real. At this point, there's a point where it's part of the news, and then there's a point where it's, let's try to keep it in the news cycle, Brittney, in order to keep a narrative going, in order to keep some fire around the story, and she has released a video. So let's get to this. We will watch the video. Don't worry if you want to see a half-naked Brittney Spears ripping Wembanyama's security. I mean, come on. Brittney Spears is still furious with Victor Wembanyama's security. Now, keep in mind, this is Spurs security. All right? So, this is a guy that works for the San Antonio Spurs, works for an NBA team, and is the quote-unquote team director, or that's what was understood when all this happened. So, when they just call out that it's his security, well, it's actually Spurs security that happens to have Victor Wembanyama's detail going on right now. And, of course, he was the number 1 overall pick in the NBA draft. So, yeah, he's going to be probably the most well-known person outside of Radical Popovich that's on the team or surrounding the team right now. Calling his use of physical force in Vegas last week completely unnecessary while demanding he issued a public apology. Now, again, one thing we want to talk about is the fact that they were very vocal from the very get-go. They had no idea this was Brittney Spears, right? Thought it was some crazed fan running up on them, and not a former pop star, I guess, pop star legend. She sold a bunch of records, I know that. The Toxic singer opened up about the situation Tuesday in a video posted to her Instaface, as Bill Belichick would say, after she says she heard on a local radio station she deserved to be hit in the face for touching Wemby. She called out the station for their opinion, explaining in all her years of touring and being in the public around rowdy fans, her security team has never taken things that far. What does that have to do with you? That's what I'd like to know. I mean, there's, different things are going to happen. I'm not saying, and look, I got to be clear here. I've got no dog in this hunt. And whatever team, and there are people like drawing sides on this thing. Why? Question mark. I don't understand that, but okay. I've been with the most famous people in the world in sync at one time. Girls would literally throw themselves at them. On my way into the place, actually, I was knocked down by like 3 12-year-old girls trying to get my picture. My security not one time touched them or even came near them. 12-year-old girls? I mean, you know, you are a grown woman. Point being, she continued, I didn't appreciate people saying that I deserved to be hit. I don't know that you deserve to be hit, but it was reactionary and nobody knew exactly what you were doing or what your intentions were. So there's that. And unfortunately, in this day and time, let's be real. There's a lot of crazy sumbitches out there, for lack of a better way of putting it, because no woman ever deserves to be hit. In her video, Spears also recounted the July 5th scene from her perspective once again, saying she was backhanded so hard in the face that she went to the floor and needed to be picked up by her best friend. Of course, the video TMZ obtained showed her never hitting the ground. Everybody's seen that at this point. After being struck through the sunglasses on her face. She went on to say that the Spurs star security apologized to her at the table inside Catch restaurant at the Aurora some 30 minutes following the incident. But he, Wemby, and the team have yet to publicly say they're sorry, something she clearly wants. Okay, so let me ask, why do you publicly want that if they came up to you after the fact and apologized to you in person? Because I have a feeling that if they issued a public apology, you would be upset that they didn't apologize in person. So technically, they have apologized to you, Brittney Spears. So I guess I'm a little confused by that.
Hi, so I wanted to share with you guys an incident that happened in Vegas that a lot of people are talking about. And I heard on the news, this radio station talking smack and talking shit, that's why I'm addressing it, saying that I deserve to be smacked. Security was doing their job and protecting their client. I've been with the most famous people in the world in sync at one time. Girls would like literally throw themselves at them. On my way into the place, actually, I was knocked down by like 3 12-year-olds trying to get my picture. My security not one time touched them or even came near them. Point being is, I didn't appreciate the people saying that I deserve to be hit, because no woman ever deserves to be hit. I simply tapped him on the back, I was backhanded, hit my face, came back on the floor, my best friend picked me up and held me. And I did get an apology at my table 30 minutes later, but I have yet to receive a public apology. And that's it.
Okay. I mean, I guess I don't understand what the significance is by Brittney for the public apology. You know, yeah, maybe there was an overreaction there. That's fine, but you were apologized to in person. Shouldn't that carry more weight than a public apology? You know, there comes a time where it starts feeling more like I'm demanding something because I'm trying to make an example out of them, or I want them, you know, in other words, let's saunter the Spurs out there, the team director of security, and Victor Wembanyama to publicly apologize to me because I'm me? Question mark? Brittney Spears? I don't know. Like I said, I don't have a dog in this hunt from it was his fault or her fault perspective. I don't. I do think they probably should have apologized to her, but they did that. So I guess I don't understand the significance of her wanting something done publicly if they did it personally to her face. You know, I mean, there does come a time where you start believing, well, maybe you're hoping to keep something in the news cycle and keep some fire around the story, some controversy. You know, any publicity is good publicity kind of thing. You know, maybe portray yourself as a victim in all this. There's been some words out there that, in my opinion, they started down that road anyway. And then, of course, the police said, no, there's nothing to see here. There was no intent in this. You know? So if the Las Vegas police is choosing not to pursue this, then, and you've gotten an apology, it sounds to me like, personally, it's a wrap. But maybe that's just me. Tell me what you think, Black and White Sports 2 supporters. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.